Even in a sagging economy, people have to buy things. And on television, the internet, the department store, the food store, and everywhere you turn, someone sells you those things. The entrepreneur and toy manufacturer Russ Berrie said, "Nothing happens until you sell something." Today, our News Now guest is the Executive Director of the Russ Berrie Institute at William Paterson, Professor P.K. Welcome, Professor.
Thank you, Kelly, for having me here.
It's a pleasure. First, can you give us a little history? Who was Russ Berrie?
As you mentioned in your opening bit, Russ Berrie was a toy maker. He started his career as a toy salesperson. Then the entrepreneurial bug bit him. He, with about $500 in his pocket, he started a toy company in a rented garage and started doing really well. In the 60s, he had crazed toys like Fuzzy Wuzzies, and then more in 90s, he had the Trolls. So he made his fortune as a toy manufacturer, and he was really passionate about sales. His vision was, just like you have the legal profession and the medical profession, the sales profession should also be looked upon as a profession of choice. And so such a passion then led to his, as part of his philanthropic activities, he came to William Paterson to establish this Department of Professional Sales.
Oh, that's really interesting. I'm sure that's something a lot of people didn't know, and Beanie Babies too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So you go to any of these stores
yes.
and see Russ in a toy, that's his.
The Russ Berrie Institute of Professional Sales is one of the major programs in the university's Cotsakos College of Business. And William Paterson is one of the few universities in the country to offer a dedicated bachelor's degree in professional sales. Professor, can you just give us an overview of the program?
Yes. So, in fact, William Paterson is the only school that offers a Bachelor of Science in Professional Sales. The centerpiece of the program in professional sales is the experiential learning. In our Valley Road facility, we have great behavioral labs that we use as part of the curriculum, and we have several courses. We have majors and minors in professional sales, but the real key is how our students get the experiential learning part by having to use those laboratories and do role plays, interact with the businesses. And for even students from outside the business school, there are plenty of opportunities in terms of doing minors, and the beauty is it's a 6-course sequence of minors where they can come right in and start taking minors classes without having to do any business core requirement as prerequisites. Yeah.
The Institute has a great event coming up shortly, the Russ Berrie Institute National Sales Challenge. How many students will be participating, and where are they coming from?
Oh, this is a truly national event, and we also this time have 2 international schools, one from Scotland, one from Netherlands, taking part. So the way the event is structured is each of these universities, from East Coast, Midwest, South, West Coast, they pick best 2 from their respective institutions to come and compete in our National Sales Challenge, and we also will be sending a team of 2 people. So this time we have about 30 universities that are going to participate, so 60 competitors, and there will be another 40 faculty coaches. So it's a large-size event. Yeah.
And I understand that you have sponsors for the event. Who is registered to come, and what part do they play in it?
Oh yes, as any of these events, when you attract top talent from across the country in the selling discipline, naturally the companies also are very interested in coming and meeting with these students and sharing what they do in the area of professional sales. And it's also significant to mention that even in this economy, as you rightly mentioned in the opening piece, we place over 80% of our students. So the sales jobs, as exhibited by the number of sponsors that come in, for instance, the demand is pretty good. And for instance, this year we have large companies such as J&J, Hess, ADP. So these are the companies that come and support us.
Okay, quickly, can you just walk me through the competition? What are specific events and how are they scored? Okay,
so the competition has 3 sub-events. The main event, which is a role play. So what we do is the faculty members sit with a company and create a situation, which we then pass it on to the competitors. So they have a buyer in the lab who is from the company on which the role play is created, waiting to buy from these competitors. So the students go in, they know what the situation is, they have a goal for the sales call, and they have to achieve the goal. And this is being judged in real time by 5 or 6 business executives, and they have certain scoring rubric which they follow. That's one part which we call the role play. And then we pick 4 finalists out of the 60. And then they compete for the challenge. Again, another role play with a tweak, judged by the business, and that's how. So that's one part. The second part is what we call as a speed sell. This is a 2-minute pitch that you have to potentially present to a business executive as to why he or she should hire you. And that's another competition, which is again scored by multiple judges. Then finally, we also have table talk, which is where the students meet with industry executives and to discuss about a particular topic that's relevant to their discipline. So then all the scores are combined, then the final team championship is decided. It's a fairly involved event. Yeah.
Sounds like it. Well, I want to thank you, Professor, for joining us today. If you're interested in more information about a degree or classes in professional sales, please contact the Russ Berrie Institute at 973-720-3855 or check out their website presence, which can be found on the wpunj.edu website.